But we're into proper summer now. I mean, I know you're thinking like, well, what about June and half of July? Well, it was a bit of a washout. We had a bit of sun here and there, bright weather, well, a fair bit of rain, and it was a bit cool as well. So it wasn't a fantastic first 6 weeks, but we didn't snow. So we've not had brilliant weather, but all that's about to change. Well, it started. Because it looks like we've got a consistent week now of sunshine and no rain and hot temperatures, pretty much. So yeah, brilliant. Well, I say brilliant, I'm not a massive fan, you know, as I think I've mentioned. This is Tamworth Cruising Club coming up, and I'm getting a little bit close to that bank. They usually got like a short arm off of the canal. Yeah. Well, I got a nice wave from those guys. Yeah, Tamworth Cruising Club. Some GRPs. And some narrowboats, a bit of a mixture. And we've got a line of boats now moored on the offside. So they must also be the Tamworth Cruising Club. I just, you know, you see some of the, oh, and that's the lock. Our half a mile is done, and somebody is working the lock. I might just get the lock emptied for me and drive straight in. I need me dirty gloves, and I need the windlass. I am seeing people around that lock. Well, yeah, that lock's being emptied. I can see water bubbling around the bottom of the gates. So somebody is in that lock and emptying it. So, and the gate will be open, they'll come out. So the good thing is, I'll just be able to go straight in, which is fantastic. Right, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to let them go past me. Seems to be someone behind them as well. So let's just get myself onto the bank. Rather than try and hover in the middle of the canal, I'll wait on the side. Cheers, guys.
There's one just gone up and there's one waiting to come down, so you should be able to pass them in a minute.
Right, yeah, nice one. Yeah. That's what we want. That's the kind of locks I like. So there's a boat coming down and it looks like they've got people, they've got crew. So the odds are they'll probably help me. I'm going to loop under my leg so that centre line's in a bit of a state. But let's get in the lock first. One good thing about summer, I will say this, like there's queues at lock flights sometimes, certainly at weekends, you know, on the busy days when everyone's out. School holidays coming up now as well. I think the schools have officially broken up, or certainly within a matter of a few days. Next week, that's it, they break up this week. So it's going to be busy, but that means there's boats everywhere with big crews. So you quite often get help. Oh, do you know where I could do the steps here? I could lead. Wait a minute. Right, I've got a plan. Save me going up the lock ladder. I'm going to lead the centre line up those stairs. I'm going to try and get up those steps. So I'm going to give the boat a burst forward. I've never done this, never used these steps. Usually I just don't bother, but they're so convenient there that it would be stupid not to. Dirty gloves on in pocket. And let's get up these steps and see. Boat's in neutral, so that's good. I'm not going to bump anything. And I just lead the rope around this lock gate, keep it clear of obstructions. I'm pretty sure there's a boat here in that next lock, a few hundred yards further on. And actually I'm stopping close to that lock. After that lock there's a stretch of about 400 yards. That's where I'm looking to stop. So the idea of the steps, normally you see me climbing up the slimy ladder. The idea of the steps is that I don't have to do that. Boaters who do this properly, they use the steps. So where do I do this? I'm going to tie on the boat near to the front. Right, here's the post. Do you know what I'm going to do? Right, that stopped the boat before it bumps the front gate. Now what'll happen is it'll come back, but that's okay. So yeah, very short cruise, just 2 locks and about 2 miles. Let's see whether I'm up for stepping across here. There was a time when I thought nothing of it, but I'm a little bit more what's it called, careful these days. So I'll do for that. I don't suppose you... Oh, nice one, thank you. I'm going to do it all the way up and see how it goes. So the boat is not going too violent. Now it's going to surge forward. Nice one, thank you. Jump on. Thank you very much, sir. Not the fastest lock, but as you say, it's not the end. Well, to be honest, I'm going to pause very shortly, so perhaps after this next lock. Are there many spaces up there? I was hoping, to be honest, I was kind of going to be a bit cunning and try and find a place under some trees or something. But it looks like it might not be that easy. Oh, sorry, it might not be that easy to find a spot. But there are plenty of trees up there, aren't there?
Yeah. Depends how far you go, but yeah, there's shade.
Yeah, I'm thinking before the bridge, somewhere before the bridge.
I'm not sure about shade there, but yeah, I'll see what we find.
This is weather for mad dogs and Englishmen, this isn't it? This is a little bit too much for me. Yeah. I'm going to stop ASAP. But thank you very much for your help, much appreciated. And have a nice afternoon, guys. There we go. Cheers. A little bit, yeah. I should be a better driver, I think, but well, thank you. Have a nice afternoon. Right, so now I haven't got the steps to go up here. I had a line of steps to climb up, so there's no escaping the slimy ladder. That wind, oh my god, all of a sudden there, just briefly, I got the full 20-mile-an-hour crosswind. If you're adjusted and ready, you know, sort of most times you can cope, but I really wasn't. Right, that was just a very slight nudge on the gate. Right, okay, bit of reverse, because I'm a little bit faster than I probably want to. It's not a deep lock, so that's good, and I can get within reach of the lock ladder here, so that's good. Not very busy today. I mean, I got a little bit of help there off of that guy, so that was nice. That's always welcome. The wind's still blowing me in here, so I'm just drifting forwards towards the ladder there. I've lined up the ladder here with the boat, so I've got my dirty gloves on, but I don't even really need them because up here, the lock's shallow. Up here, it's okay. As long as I keep my face towards the camera, it follows me. This is taking a bit longer than I would have liked. All of this. Right, let's get it tied up here. So now, I didn't bring the windlass. Oh my god, you idiot. How could I forget the windlass? I've got to get back down to the boat now. That's annoying. I was so preoccupied trying to sort out the bloody camera tracking me. Forgot to bring the windlass off. Let's get back down there on the bloody boat. Get the windlass. Brilliant. What a lot of faff. This is why I don't set up camera shots or, you know, any of that fancy stuff. Now it's trying to sweep forwards, and I'm just going to soften the impact. It's quite a strong pull. There we go, just soften the impact on the gate. So yeah, I can see up ahead there looks to be a space. That's the place I was looking to go in. Oh, I was nearly fully open anyway. I mean, I get why the families like to cruise in the sun. Like, it is much more pleasant in a way, but I feel like on a day like today, it's kind of, it does lose its appeal. Do you know what? While that's waiting, I'm going to go and have a comfort break, because this is going to be at least another 5 minutes filling here. I'm going to lower this. There we go. Morning. Not too bad.
So it's hard work in the weather, and it's making
Yeah, mad dogs and Englishmen in this weather. It bloody does. Well, you know what it's like. You only have to move a muscle to start sweating in this weather.
it's a beautiful day anyway.
It is. Yeah. So,
Full of enjoy.
yeah. To be honest, I'm not complaining about the weather. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that exchange was all about. We started off, both of us agreeing that it was way too hot to be working hard doing locks and things. Not that this is hard work, that's not, but I wonder if I can do this the clever way. Just hold the boat into the bank somehow. So if I just hold the boat, mind you, there's a little bollard here, so I might as well just tie it on here. Oh dear, it's one of those days, as I was saying to that guy, the slightest exertion, as you bathe in sweat, it's horrible. The saddest thing, not so much that I'm sweating like crazy, you know, drenched in sweat. I'm sorry, it's too much information. I know it is, but you gotta know the horror. You gotta know what you're getting yourself into. So that's enough to hold the boat. Now I'm gonna shut these gates behind me. These gates, this gate, it's steel, this as well, and they tend to be a bit heavier to push and pull, but whatever works, you know. You've got to suit the budget and all that. These would have been wood originally, of course. Maybe steel lasts longer, doesn't get beaten up so much. Whew. I think I'm good to go more now. But we're off. All paddles down, all gates shut. Let's go more off. Oh my god. See, the houses on that side look quite posh-ish. Houses on this, well, there's no houses now. This is now Marina, Glascote Basin, Glascote. I need a drink. Oh. This is the entrance to Glascote Basin. I think it's pronounced Glascote. My throat is so dry. Oh. But look, that's quite a size in there, isn't it? It's not a tiny basin. Anyway, they sell oil in there, so I'm going to pop in later. But got to decide Do I carry on to the 14 day? Or do I moor here? I've got to moor here, just got to. Just makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, the heat is cruel. Got bollards to moor on here. This is brilliant. Got bollards, guys. So I'm just going to nose the boat in with a burster forward and the tiller over. Get the boat in. And he's not using the bollards. Why would you not use the bollards? The space, actually the space ahead. Right, let's see. The space ahead of this boat as well. Is this the lock landing? I don't know if this is the lock landing. It must be. I won't stop here. It doesn't feel right, does it? Goody two shoes. It's a hell of a way from the lock to have lock landings, but this'll do. There might be rings here then if these are 48 hours. No, it seems not. Whew. I can barely think straight with the heat. But there's no rings. But you know, there was a time. Oh no, there are rings. Oh my god, there's rings. This couldn't get any better. Right, get the boat in first of all. Let's decide what rings we're having and where. We're on rings, we know that. Now I don't want to be rude and go too close to the guy behind me.